Happy weekend and welcome back to my channel. This is the little bonus project that I promised you from my last video. So in the last video, if you haven't watched that, I recommend you watch that one first so this makes a little more sense to you. But I had you put aside some scrapbook paper that we cut from the 12 by 12 sheet and 2 of the little notepads. So like I said, go watch that video. I'll link it below if you haven't seen it already. And then come on back to watch this bonus video because these cute little notepad wallets is what I've made from the additional scraps and notepads from that project. I'm going to show you how I came up with this, and it's so easy. You are not going to need that many materials, and it's, like I said, super simple. So here's what I came up with. So this is what I'm calling my little notepad wallet, and the only additional piece that you're going to need is this piece of cardstock that I used to make a belly band. So I just took out my scraps of cardstock and I cut these down to 1 1/4 by 8 1/2. Those little scraps. I'll give you all the measurements here in a second, but there is the one little notepad. And so you're only going to put 1 in there. And I know we had 2 extra, but then you're just going to get a bunch of these wallets. And I'm going to show you exactly what to do because you know how 1 was left over with no chipboard on the back and 1 was left over with chipboard. So this is a very snug, cute little belly band. And then I just took the other scrap and I punched a heart out of the same paper and I put it on the front for an easy embellishment. You can embellish these as much as you want. I kind of wanted to keep them flat because I figured people would be throwing these in their purse. But anyways, I'm just going to take you through all the ones that I've made so far. I'm still making these. I have some notepads left still, and I'm going to be making a bunch of these. These are going to be like $1 quick grab and go items at my craft fair, and I am so excited about them. So all the paper is so beautiful, and I'm going to take you through each one that I've made. Okay, so remember this piece. This is the piece I had you guys save from the last project. It measures 12 by 5. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a little bit off of this. You're going to leave it at 5 inches, but you're going to cut this down to 9 1/2. So it's going to end up being 9 1/2 by 5. Okay, so here's what you're going to need. You're going to need a corner rounder. You're going to need some adhesive, some really strong adhesive. Obviously your notepad with the chipboard on the back. Okay, that's what we're going to do first. And you're going to need like a pencil and a bone folder. So the papers that you end up with is 9 1/2 by 5. And then this is the little scrap that you cut off. You're going to need that. And then you're going to need a solid piece of cardstock. Actually, you can use any piece you want, but this measures 8 1/2 by 1 1/4. And just make sure it coordinates with your other paper. Go ahead and get started. The first thing you're going to do is round all your corners. I'm using my We Are Memory Keepers corner chomper, and I love this thing so much. It is awesome because there's a 1/4 inch side and a 1/2 inch side. So I'm using the 1/2 inch side for this. And then I guess I should have mentioned you're going to need a ruler, or I used my cutting mat here. So I use my craft mat and it has measurements on it. So what you're going to do is you're going to line this up so it's kind of straight on your craft mat on the inch lines there. And then you're going to take your notepad and you're just going to kind of dry fit this so you can kind of see. So what you're going to do is you're going to take it 2 1/2 inches from that right side and lay it down. And I love the craft mat because there's lines everywhere and you can make sure it's straight. So make sure it's 2 1/2 inches from that right side. And then you're just going to kind of fold this up and just kind of crease it where it needs to be naturally, where the notepad lays, and then do the other side the same. So this is going to just create your little wallet that you're going to eventually glue the paper pad down into. So I just take my bone folder and make those edges a little bit more tight and creased so that way I can see where the folds are. Then you're going to take this out and just add a bunch of adhesive. So I just like to add a bunch so that way it doesn't fall out, and I use my ATG gun. So just make sure you're generous with this adhesive. You can also use double-sided, like the red line tape. That would be really good for this because it's nice and strong. You can use score tape, just so it's a strong adhesive. So after that, you're going to go ahead and put this down into the same exact spot on that little holder. So my suggestion after doing a bunch of these is turn it sideways, top of your notepad, and line it up so you can only see like the smidge little sliver of white, because like I said, this is 5 inches and so is the notepad. So you're going to line it up, make sure it's straight, make sure it's nestled between those two lines, the score lines, perfectly centered, and just press that down and let the other part lay, and it'll lay down exactly where it's supposed to be. Then just take your bone folder and make sure that chipboard is really adhered down so it won't fall out. And there it is. It's as easy as that. That's how you put the notepad into the little wallet. Isn't that cute? I just absolutely love this project, and it's a good way to use up paper, use up these little notepads. It's so fun. So now I'm going to show you how to make the belly band. So to make this nice and snug, you're going to just center it on the top of your wallet and then turn it around. So this is where the two pieces will meet in the back. So simple, you guys. You just bend it over and fold it on top of each other, and then right there is where they meet. So this is the easiest way that I've seen, or that I've found that it works. You just take a little pencil and make a little tiny line right there, and that's where you know to stop the glue. So then just take your ATG gun and glue up to that little spot that you just marked with your pencil. So I tried this every which way. Like I tried doing it without the notepad, with, but this is the easiest. And then you just sit that back down, and there you go. It's nice and snug, and it holds that closed. You can just erase the little dot, and it's nice and clean. So then the last thing to do is to embellish the cute little belly band. See how it just moves up and down, but it keeps this nice and closed, and it keeps it so where you're just using paper. You don't have to pull out any ribbon. But you could put like a flower here, you could put, buttons, whatever you want. But I like to keep it flat, and I wanted to utilize the scrap that we had left. So I just took out some of my shape punches, and for this one I chose the heart one. I've been using that a lot. I love my heart punch. And I'm just going to punch a cute little heart out of the same pattern as the wallet and just glue it down. It's that simple. Remember this poor little thing, this naked, lonely notepad that we had left without the chipboard? We need to give it a little bit of extra care and love before we put it down in that wallet. So I'm going to show you exactly what we're going to do. See how that it's just basically adhered together at the top, and I don't want to just add glue and it's just going to be like to one single sheet. So what I'm going to do is take this piece of cardstock that measures 3.5 by 5, and I'm going to add adhesive to the top of this page, and this is the bottom of the notepad. So just add adhesive until you see that first line on the notebook, and then you're going to place this down on top of that. So just make it as straight as you can. This is going to kind of be our little chipboard, if you will, piece that this is missing. So right now it's adhered just to the top part of that last sheet, and I have experimented with this, and this is like I found is the best way. You're going to take some clear tape and make sure it's like the really crystal clear, because it sticks better, I think. Also, you could use packing or shipping tape with this, and just cut off a little strip, because that would work too. So then all you're going to do is you're going to take that tape and carefully line the edge of the tape up with the top where the glue is already existing, and just make sure you line the edge of it up with that. Have that lined up, the rest of the slack of the tape, the excess part, is going to go and fold over and tape down onto that white piece of cardstock that we just put on there. So this kind of makes it so the top is adhered to the white cardstock and it doesn't mess with any of the pages in the notepad. And it's going to exactly be our version of having that chipboard protection on the back. So just snip off the excess tape if there's any hanging over. And then you're just going to do the same thing. You're going to put this inside the little wallet just like we just did with the one with the chipboard. So as you can see, I have several more of these left, and I'm going to be working on these all day today because these are going to be little $1 quick grab items at my craft fair. I love to have those available, and I just think that they're so fun to make, they're quick, and that's a great price. So here are the clear bags I'm using. I got these from clearbags.com, and I'm going to link them below. I can't remember the exact measurement right now, but here's the coupon code you can use. And I'm going to link this exact size down below. So you can just click on it and go over to clearbags.com and purchase these if you are making these. Now you don't have to put these in little bags because I know I'm pricing these at $1 and it just kind of adds more money to my cost. But I think that they look really nice. They protect it, and I just like the way they look. So I'm going to put mine in a clear bag. You don't have to. And also you can charge more for these if you want at your craft fair. I just know that I want to go ahead and make some $1 grab items, and this is one of them. So here I am just putting it inside the clear bag, and it just looks so nice and complete and finished and more, I guess, classy. I don't know. I just like the way it looks in these little clear bags. So that's how they look. I'm going to package the rest of these up off camera, and I really hope you enjoyed this little bonus video. And you can embellish these any way you want and use any of the paper that you want. If you want to make this as a standalone for the whole entire 5-pack of notepads, you can do that too. It's up to you. So make sure you check out my last video where we did the first chunky notepads out of these little cute little notepads from Dollar Tree. Also, everything besides the little notepads that I use in this video are linked in my Amazon storefront below. The paper, the heart punch, the cardstock, everything. So everything's linked below, and I hope you enjoyed, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you all have a great weekend, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!